Oh my God, I'm 50 and I finally figured out self love. It's not about perfection, it's about being raw, real, and authentic, and embracing who we are. So I dare you to join me on this journey. I'm Tina, and you're watching Unfiltered Self Love. Hi, Zhanna. Thank you for meeting with me today. I
Hi,
need your
Tina.
help. Need your help so much.
So happy to be here. So happy to see you. I miss
Yes,
you now that
I
you're across
miss
the
you.
ocean.
I know, like 5,000 miles away.
Yes. Oh my gosh.
So, can you tell my audience what you do and why I have, and I'll tell them why I have you on this on
Yes,
this
thank you.
podcast.
I'd be happy to. I am a holistic esthetician. I've been practicing my craft since late 90s. I've been trained in former Soviet Union, and then when I moved to US in 94, yes, I've been licensed since 96 in US. And ever since then, I've been practicing aesthetics. I did take a little break when my kids were very little. Then I came back, and in around 2015, I would say, I
So,
really started thinking about bringing holistic, holistic approach to the skincare. Because how we were trained before is that actually doing a topical treatments. They were good treatments, we were trained well, we knew the techniques. But early 2000s, I started thinking that it's just not enough. And through my own self development, through my own approach to holistic well being, self improvement, I figured out my clients need something more as well. So I'm so happy that now holistic aesthetics are much more mainstream. And I was fortunate, I believe, to study under some holistic doctors, medical doctors, naturopath, and biochemists who are understanding that the skin is not just on the surface, that we need to approach it, internally as well. And where I feel like I took it one step further, even, is that now I approach it, yes, topically, yes, internally, but also uh, from the angle of emotions and
ah,
mindset. So for me, that creates such a complete and wonderful approach. Because, for example, how do you feel about your skin, Tina, now that you're seeking help about it, right? We
yeah.
want help. Um, what do we do? What do we apply? But is it all about, oh, I want help because my skin is so bad, my skin is sagging, or because I want to maintain beautiful and healthy skin? So that's a big conversation for me with my clients.
Yeah, I think it's huge. And my whole channel is about the self-love. And now that I'm 50 and things are happening to my body, I'm like, oh, where did this come from? And I mean, I've always had a few wrinkles on my face that was well earned through my life,
Hey, I hear
right?
you.
But I mean, the rest of it is not. So
Yeah.
I noticed the skin's thinning, it's a bit drier. I'm starting to wrinkle here. I use this one product called, you're gonna like slap me. It's like
What?
called Miracle
What?
Eye Cream.
All right, all
I'm
right.
like, Miracle, yes. And I put it on and it just wrinkled me and ruined me. It burned my eye. And when I applied makeup, it just burned. And now I feel like I can't get rid of that. And I look tired and
Yeah.
older. The skin is just, I could just see how thin and
Yes.
saggy it is.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just constantly going, people are like, well, you're going to have surgery. I'm like, no, I'm not. I'm going to talk to Jana.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I hear you. Well, first of all, it looks like what happened with your eyes, why they were so sensitive, is that the barrier, the skin barrier, the topical layer, that is protective layer, got compromised. You know, some
Okay.
some ingredients there just didn't agree with you or whatever, however it was made. So then anything you put on it afterwards for a while, it was burning. So, speaking
Yeah.
of a skin barrier, it's so important to keep it intact, to keep it healthy, right? Because our skin is there to provide protection, right, for our internal organs, for our body to keep it together. But it gets affected by so many things, by weather, by products that we apply, right? It
Yeah.
gets affected by, our internal health as well. So skin is, I'd say, the only organ, maybe besides our teeth, that gets affected from outside and from inside.
Yeah.
So we need to
That's
be
true.
careful. And it's interesting. I see a lot of clients with the same type of questions like you have. When they turn 50 or they're around 50, all of a sudden they start seeing these changes. So they really come in and they try to figure out what to do now. And I say at any age, it's never late to do it. But for anyone who is listening who is younger than us now, I'd say the earlier you start, the better, because it's so much easier to prevent instead of trying to undo the damage. So now it's just depending on how committed you are. You can improve your skin definitely, but it depends how committed you are. And go ahead.
So I'm looking at, okay, so this is what I have so far. This is what someone else told me to do, to get a vitamin C serum and put that under my eye, to get this probiotic cream and put it under my eye. And I have this natural foundation because I have it on now, but but without it, my eyes are a bit dark because I got burned. Like the
Yes, the
product
first
burnt
thing.
me, so now
Mm-hmm.
it's a bit dark. So the foundation is like free and clear kind of, it's okay. And my skin is so dry, like so dry, that if the product doesn't have enough oil in it, it won't, I'll wrinkle.
Yeah, yeah.
So what do you suggest? Is that something you would suggest me continue doing, or would you suggest something different?
Okay, so if it's okay with you, I'll go around all different aspects that I think
Okay.
you would need. All
Okay.
right. So let's start with topicals because that's what kind of on your mind the most, and then I go over other aspects that I think as equally important, honestly. So topically, you got to make sure you cleanse your skin with the gentle cleanser. Only at night you need to use a cleanser. It needs to be gentle, meaning that the pH of it needs to be just very close to skin's pH, so it doesn't strip that skin barrier that we were just talking about. That layer of the protection doesn't make
Okay.
your skin dry, so you don't feel like squeaky tight. Oh, I'm so clean. Squeaky clean. That's not for our skin anymore. So you want to look for the texture that it's milky, or if it's
Okay.
lathery, it still needs to be created for the skin that is normal to dry. Of course, we gotta look for the lines that are clean, non-toxic ingredients. That's
Yeah.
across the board. We don't want extra toxins on our skin, right? We want to look
Yeah.
for the lines that are botanical. If they can use organic products, that's great. But you want to make sure there's not that many fillers, that the lines are just as clean as possible. And the good thing is that nowadays there's so many more responsible clean lines out there. So I'm really happy about that. Now, me being in the professional world, I am biased to a professional lines, of course, because they just have more research, and they have
Right.
more ability to create something a little more concentrated. But at the same time, I'm still making sure that they're clean lines, because there have been plenty of professional lines that have been using products that are less than clean, that less than respectful to the skin, and up until we start to figuring out all about the toxins and all about the fillers and other things that are just not needed really.
Right.
So that's the cleanser. You just need to cleanse your skin at night. Definitely, if you're wearing makeup, you want to do that. In the morning, you just need to splash some water into your skin. You don't need to overwash your skin when it's dry. We just want
Oh,
to be
okay.
gentle and respectful to the skin as much as possible. Um, Next, you want to make sure you don't over exfoliate the skin. I never like to over exfoliate the skin, even for younger skin. Again, because you don't want to strip the skin. You don't want to strip that barrier. So the more you do it, just kind of like around your eyes, right? Burning what is
Yeah.
burning, stripping the layers of the skin, right? The topical, that epidermis. and leaving it bare, leaving it unprotected. And then because of sun or because of maybe other products that you apply, that's the reaction you got, that darkness, maybe a little bit pigmented, or I'm not sure exactly. Like it's hard to really diagnose it through the computer, but from what you're
It
telling
is.
me, that's kind of what
Yeah.
I can suspect, right? So
Yeah.
you know, we don't want to over exfoliate. But at the same time, because as we age, our cells are not turning over as fast as it used to be when we were 25 and 30, right?
Yeah, that's
We do
right.
need to help the skin to exfoliate a little bit. Um, so once a week, no more than twice a week, we do want to use some sort of exfoliator, which is again gentle. I don't like any scrubs. You don't want to scrub and stretch the skin. I like something that you could apply, like as a mask, exfoliating mask, maybe an enzyme based or
Okay.
gentle, very gentle alpha hydroxy or beta hydroxy based that you would leave on the skin, a few minutes, up to 10 minutes, depending on the product, and then you gently wash it off. Why we do it? Because then once you apply your vitamin C, for example, that you mentioned, it actually can penetrate better. So it doesn't just sit on the surface of the skin. Because it's not so
So
easy to
with that,
penetrate.
with a, like that green tea mask, paste that I was
Hmm.
sharing earlier, would
Hmm.
that be like an exfoliating thing to do?
Well, it depends. It depends what kind of
Okay.
mask that was. Green tea is usually soothing, maybe, or stimulating for the skin. So it depends what other ingredients were there. If the mask is exfoliating, it would say on it. Okay, so usually it
Okay.
has some sort of enzyme activity, so enzymatic
Okay.
activity, or light acid activity. So you need something that will actually remove the cells from the
Okay.
surface of the skin. Because, yes, regular masks, like maybe that green tea mask that will maybe stimulate some circulation or hydrate the skin, or clay masks that kind of dry the skin. Don't want that at our age for
No, I
sure.
can't dry. No,
Right? So you
dry.
got to make sure and see that that mask is exfoliating mask, right? So if you use the scrub, you can use the scrub, but you got to make sure it's very very fine, very refined, and you got to be gentle in the circle motions. You don't ever want to be rough on the skin or aggressive on the skin. So you got to be going in
Okay.
gentle circle motions. You can use that as well. I just prefer like exfoliating masks, something you apply
Okay.
and then
Okay.
remove gently. So then in the morning, let's say you wake up, you splash some water into your skin. What do you apply next? Yes, vitamin C is amazing to use during the day. It helps with brightening the skin and stimulates collagen and elastin production, and helps with preventing oxidation of the skin. It's antioxidant. Not just under your eyes, you gotta apply it all over your face and neck. So vitamin C
Yeah.
serum,
Yeah.
that is concentrated serum, that is a good quality. Got to make sure, you got to look at those ingredients and see, is it really vitamin C, or is it a bunch of stuff and then somewhere it's vitamin, like
Okay.
L-ascorbic acid somewhere
Right.
there. Like, what is the
Oh,
concentration?
that absorbic acid thing, is that good or bad?
Yeah, L-ascorbic acid. That's the ingredient. That's the vitamin C. It's a good vitamin C for
Oh, it's a
our
good
skin.
vitamin C,
Yeah.
so that's okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So as long as it's concentrated, it will do the job, right?
Okay.
Again, with vitamin C, it's something that you don't see the result like in a week or something like that. It's the same like you would take vitamin C internally, right? To keep your body
Yeah.
healthy, to prevent. So it's something like that. There are other products, for example, that you will start seeing the texture difference and stuff much faster. But vitamin C is nevertheless is very important ingredient to use, right?
Okay.
So that would be the minimum that you would apply in the morning, right? Then you can apply your facial oil and or your moisturizer. So facial oil, I love facial oils. Again, they need to be quality, of course. There's different type of facial oils that are good for our skin. Everyone's different. I like to rotate different oils for my clients. Like I have an avocado oil, I have emu oil. For them, I have there's jojoba oils. There's different types of oil. There's some products that have combination of different oils, but facial oils are very nice for our age, especially. I just also
Yeah.
turned 51, so I can feel it. I can feel the need for more oil, of course, on our skin. And why I love it, because in the morning you can apply it and you can spend a little time kind of waking up the skin, doing a little massage for your skin with that oil. And if you have one of those tools like gua sha, have you seen it? Have you heard about it? It's like a flat
Guasha,
stone,
is it? It's a what?
like a flat stone called gua sha.
Yeah, yeah. My friend Amanda, we recorded it, and she
Yeah.
just went like this on my
Yes.
face.
Yes.
I
But
mean, already I look so good when I
when they lift it, it's so
when
good.
I
I know.
lift it.
Yeah.
So
So
should I do get that stone and do that daily?
yes, but you gotta make sure you have enough oil on your face, okay?
Oh, okay.
Because you don't want to do it over the dry skin. That you'll just be kind of stretching the skin. So some of my clients who are really dedicated, I say you can just do that just separately, even before you do your skincare routine. You can just buy like not as expensive oil as something, for example, if you want to apply on the skin and leave it on. Just let's say a sea buckthorn oil is really nice, or the jojoba oil, just organic, not that you can use face and body. Just like a nice, maybe a lower priced option. Apply it plenty, and then use the gua sha for let's say 5 minutes or however long you have, and then wash it off with warm towel, and then do your serums and routines. You know what I mean? Then you have
Okay.
plenty of oil on your face, and you can massage and you can really wake up the skin. Because our skin ages because there's not enough oxygenation anymore. Not so much. Our vascular system, our blood vessels, they're not so young. So everything is not, kind of subsiding now, not working as well. So the more you can wake up the skin, bring oxygen, bring blood circulation towards the skin, the better it's gonna look. That's why massage is so nice. If
Yeah.
you can get a facial massage, it'll wake up your skin so much. Like professional facial massage, especially. So, but you can do it at home. You can do it at home definitely. So whether you do the massaging with gua sha, just a little bit with your facial oil that you're gonna apply during your facial routine, or separately, that's a very good step to do to incorporate daily, because it's the same
Yeah.
thing like you would exercise your muscles at the gym. What
Yeah.
preventing you to exercise your muscles on your face? They're also muscles, right?
Yeah, that's right.
So you apply that and you finish with the moisturizer. That would be minimum of the minimum. I do like when people use toner. You can use toner as well after the cleansing. So
Yeah.
the minimum of the minimum. Make sure there's no alcohol in the toner. It has to be hydrating toner.
Okay.
Uh,
Okay.
at night, you would cleanse your skin with that gentle cleanser. You would pat dry. You would apply a little toner, and then one of the most important ingredients that you can apply is vitamin A serum. I'm
Vitamin
sure
A serum.
A,
Okay.
yes. So morning is C, night is A. So
Okay.
what's vitamin A serum? Really, most people heard about this because it's known as retin-A or retinol,
Yeah, okay.
right? So
Yeah.
I personally like the formula that is containing retinaldehyde. That's a newer formula, and it doesn't make you sensitive to the sun. The all other formulations of vitamin A serums like retin-A and retinol palmates, retinols, they all make you sensitive to the sun. They're quite aggressive on the skin. Usually when you start using it, the skin might be flaky, might be red, might be really sensitive. So a lot of people, that's why they kind of like, oh, I'm gonna use it just once a week or something like this to get used to it. And a lot of doctors, they say, oh, it's okay, you'll get used to it, and then you'll be able to use it more. But in holistic aesthetics, we say we don't want to abuse the skin. We don't want to
Yeah.
be like getting used to this harsh stuff, that, and you can
Yeah.
tell the skin is actually looking kind of sensitive. People usually are not extremely happy with that feeling. So retinaldehyde serums, they're usually much more respectful just by the way it's formulated. I'm not going to go into details how it works.
Could you get them over the counter then? They have.
I think over the counter they do have now also, but you got to remember one thing also, that over the counter products, like vitamin C's, like retinols, retinaldehyde serums. They're very, very mild. They're not selling over the counter anything that will be really strong enough to
Okay.
make the difference. So you gotta, I mean, it's better than not using anything, obviously.
Yeah, right.
Especially if you can get something that is also clean, right? And has, that retinaldehyde for the nighttime. So the way I see it, maybe moisturizers and cleansers, you can go something, a little bit maybe low and products, again, as long as they're clean. But invest in a couple of serums that are good quality, that are well concentrated, well researched, right? That maybe sometimes there's even like certain technology or patent there, that they've seen, that they've done the works, that they see that it actually can make a difference. I always tell women who are especially younger, say, skin is the only thing you will always be with you. Like you buying your purses and tops and shoes, you're gonna throw them away eventually, but your skin will stay. So instead of investing in an extra pair of shoes, invest in a
Invest
better
in your
serum
skin.
for yourself,
Yeah.
because your skin will thank you in 20 years. So that's like kind of the way I go about it. I think that quality, certain products, if you can just invest a little more in the quality. And usually professional products, they're also more concentrated, so they'll last you longer as well.
Right.
You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
that's another point. But again, you apply your vitamin A serum, you let it penetrate, and then you can follow with, again, your facial oil or your moisturizer. There's a school of thought that vitamin A needs to be used only on its own at night. You just put that and nothing else. But I don't know, a lot of people feel very dry, so I don't like it personally. I like to apply eye cream, I like to apply oil, and I like to apply the moisturizer and or moisture.
I think so too
Yeah,
because yeah, I have that. I bought it. I didn't know what I was buying. It just says it's gonna it's
right,
gonna help my skin
right,
and wrinkles.
yeah.
But you're right, it is quite dry and I do apply other creams to it.
Yeah, yeah. You want to apply your
Yeah.
eye cream morning and night before you apply your facial oil or before you apply your moisturizer, just so you know. Because once you apply the oil has a very large molecule structure. Nothing
Yeah.
else much gonna penetrate. So you want to apply anything
Okay.
that's specific first. Actually, in general, anything that has a thinner texture, like a gel or a liquid, right? Serums, you want to apply them first on a clean skin, and then thicker options later. So like oils and moisturizers, they come last.
What do you suggest for eye cream?
Again, specialized eye creams, just depending what's going on, right? There's some eye creams that are better for younger skin, but for, older skin, right? Like more mature, you want to make sure that it's a concentrated age management eye cream. So yeah, it might have vitamin A, it might have vitamin C. There's many different nice options. Okay, just the important part is to make sure that again products are clean, and then ideally that you have a professional recommending you this. Someone who you can trust. That's ideal situations, but
Right.
you just want to make sure that you read and you see that there's maybe ingredients in the product that are good for age management, like beta glucan, like niacinamide. There's the staple ingredients that we love in the skincare, right? So as I was saying, vitamin A, vitamin C, niacinamide, beta glucan. Another product that is I just don't want to miss. I want to make sure you know about it. Products with growth factors, right? So they help
Okay.
the stem cells, right, of the skin to kind of revive them. So it's been very popular in the market to sell growth factors that are come from plants, like apples, for example. But to be honest with you, in the professional world, we're like a little bit skeptical about that because we're not apples. So growth
That's
factors,
so
growth
true.
of apples are really not going to do much. So we choose humans, right? So when it's processed correctly, this growth factors they get it from a human adipose cells, and then they grow in the lab, basically. The growth factors, we take it out and grow in the lab. So the professional lines do that, and probably over the counters lines, they might have something like this, but this is more like an advanced product. So that also goes on the skin first. It doesn't go on top of other ingredients. Like if you be using growth factors, you would want to apply them first, and then you would put your vitamin C, for example.
Okay.
So with advanced skincare, we layer different advanced products. You know what I mean?
Boy, it's going to take an hour just for skincare.
It seems like that, but when you actually learn how to do it, it takes maybe a couple of minutes,
Yeah.
but you know what, it's actually interesting that you mentioned that, because what I teach my clients is this: I gave you all these different products to use, and then this is exact mentality that some women have. Oh my gosh, there's so many things and it's going to take me a long time. So then we actually go into something that has to do with your thoughts and your emotions and how you treat yourself, right? Because this can
Yeah.
actually be a little ritual time that you actually, some a little bit of self-care, self-love, right? That
Yeah.
when you apply your products, you actually taking care of yourself. Just a little time. If you need maybe music or maybe a candle or nothing, but you just do it because you love and respect your skin, not because, oh my gosh, my skin is so bad and I need to slap something on, and it just takes such a long time, right? You need to
Yeah, I
switch
love
that
that.
mentality. Think
Yeah.
about it, and that's been like on the forefront of everything I do. I say, hey, look at that. If you apply the products that you invested your money and now you're investing your time, if you apply the products with this kind of thoughts that my skin is just so horrible, you're basically charging this product with this energy.
Oh, that's so true.
So for me,
Yeah.
this is huge. I always tell my clients, please don't charge your products with this negative energy and applying it on and then wear it all day, right? It's so
That's so
important. You
true.
know how it
It
is.
is
Our
important.
emotions say
Oh,
energy, our
yeah.
thoughts say energy, right? Everything,
Always.
like with what kind of attitude and emotional, state that we do, it makes a huge difference.
Huge. Oh, I love that because on my mirror, I have, where I do all my makeup, I have little words. I have words up there to remind me this is who I am. But I think
Exactly.
I'm going to add more of that
Yeah.
self-care
Yeah.
of
Yeah.
my outer stuff too, not just my mind, but also you got to care
Exactly.
for yourself everywhere, don't you?
Definitely. And that
Yeah,
leads
it's
me
really great.
into what I suggest my clients create for themselves what we call skin affirmation, right? So
Yeah,
what is your skin
exactly.
goal? Like how, Tina, how would you like your skin to look if you could just describe
Like
it in two
yours.
words? How?
Like yours.
So what is it? What would be the words that you can say my skin is.
My skin is youthful and radiant.
Yes, I love that. I love that. And
Yeah.
and it can change. Sometimes I say for
Yeah.
myself, oh, my skin is firm and smooth. My skin is
Oh, yeah,
glowing
that's good
and
too.
and,
Yeah.
and yeah, like glowing and healthy. And everyone has their own words that align best with them. So if you're gonna add it, add that. My skin is, and I usually suggest just use two words. That would be enough. Like you
Mm,
say, radiant. I love radiant, radiant, or
yeah.
glowing, radiant, and then choose one
Firm. I
word.
like firm. Yeah.
Radiant and firm.
It's
So
really
you
good.
massaging your skin, and that's the energy that you're massaging your skin with, because our cells are listening, right?
Hmm. Completely.
You know
Every
that.
single.
You know
Oh,
that.
yeah.
Because if
I
we even
do.
look at how people heal when they have detrimental illnesses, God forbid, right? Cancer and other things, they say they've
Right.
done so much research. Those who believe that they're going to get well, they get well much, much more faster and in much more many cases, right? So we know
Yep.
our cells are listening. So to
That's so
me,
true.
holistic is not just choosing organic, clean products, nice products. It's also thinking right thoughts and being in the right emotions when we treat our skin. It's that combination, true combination of inner and outer beauty for me, the activating
Mm.
that inner beauty.
Yeah,
right?
exactly. Yeah.
So I hope
Thanks
you
for
can
that.
change
That's
that for yourself. Because
I have been. I have been. Yes.
good, good. Has
But
to
for
do with
this
the
the
skin.
outer skin, yeah, I
Has to
just
do with
freaked
the
out a
skin.
bit. I'm like, "Oh my God, I'm freaking out and I need Jana." What's going
Ah,
on?
oh my gosh, nothing happens by accident. I'm so glad we
No.
connected. Yeah, yeah. No,
I know.
absolutely. Can I say a couple of more things regarding what I would suggest for your skin?
Hmm.
So, there are other aspects that I like regarding creating that useful appearance for the skin. So, uh, just to be frank, there's nothing that can be truly anti-aging. So if anybody say or sells, that concept of anti-aging, that's just not possible. We're all gonna age, and that's the fact. But how are we gonna age? That what we can manage. So effective age management is possible. And I was so grateful that I learned that this concept early on in my career from one of the you know renowned educators in our industry, Danem Montague King, of DMK skincare and treatment. So he's been in the industry for almost 50 years. And I was thinking, yeah, well, my gosh, he's so right. We're all gonna age. So anti-aging is a marketing term, but age
Hmm.
management, that's possible. And I was telling my clients that if we do all of the things together that we were talking about here today, for example, I'm still going to cover some of the other aspects, you can truly count on looking younger than your age if that's what you desire. Um,
Hmm.
Up to 10 years, 5 years for sure, if you're doing all of the things. But at the same time, I just want to reiterate one more time that if we're not addressing our emotions, how we think about ourselves, and just our overall mental health and emotional health and stress, we will never look useful. No matter how many expensive creams we're gonna use, even if you get a plastic surgery, right? The
Hmm.
skin might look better, but because of the eyes, because of the energy around eyes, if there's a heaviness, if there's sadness, pain, resentment, it makes us age much faster. So
So true.
that brings me to those other aspects that I cover with my clients. Stress. If you're very stressed, you're gonna age faster if you have unmanaged stress, right?
Hmm.
So there's this thing how we think about ourselves, like the emotions, what thoughts we have while applying the skincare, but what about just overall stress in our life, right? The
Yeah.
cortisol, how much of an unbalanced hormones you have, and your skin, your skin, hair, and nails is not so important for your body, right? When the cortisol is high and you're stressed and it's unmanaged, um, your body is going to put all of the resources into your heart and your kidneys and all other things that you need to
Yeah, your body's
prevent you
gonna
keep
try
you
to keep you
going.
alive. Yeah,
Yeah. Why people
that's
say
right.
that they lose their hair when they're stressed, right? That's
Yeah.
because you don't get enough nutrients at that time. Your skin and your hair and your nails are just secondary in a sense, and that's why we start aging like that. So, but the good
Yeah.
thing is it can be reversed. If you address your lifestyle, right? So, lifestyle is so important, and the older we become, right, the more things we need to make sure we address. Like, do you get enough sleep, right? Do
Right.
you manage your stress? Is your hormones are balanced? Because with perimenopause, that's all starts. Your hormones, just start changing, right? Our ovaries are
Oh
not
yeah.
producing as much, and it's shifting to, other organs to produce hormones. So that period is really really crucial for us. I had to learn it all by myself, around this time. How do you manage all this perimenopause and
Yeah.
menopause symptoms? It's just crazy.
Exactly.
It affects
Yeah.
everything.
And all your symptoms and
Yes.
I had severe brain fog and I started working out and just lifting weights working out didn't get rid of it. I had to do hard cardio or
Yes.
power walks
Yes.
long distance to actually
Yes.
get rid of the brain fog.
Yeah.
And it takes time to
Yeah.
do that, but
Right?
wow, it works.
But it
And I'm
works.
a lot sharper if I do that
Yeah.
if I just go to the gym and sweat, it doesn't do me any good,
Yeah.
my brain
Yeah.
fog. That's
Somehow,
so crazy. I think it's
yeah,
the oxygen that we generate while we're doing heavy cardio,
yeah,
possible.
possible. And did you notice that the skin would look actually better because of the cardio? So the oxygenation, right? The blood circulation
Yes.
comes to the surface and it looks better. It looks better. So the more we
Yeah.
can oxygenate the skin, the younger it's gonna look, just so you know. So
Okay.
that's why cardio helps, that's why massage helps. And one of the most important parts that I also want to cover is diet, of course, right? So our
Yeah.
diet is going to influence our skin a lot. So our skin depends on the health of the digestive system. If your digestive system is good and healthy, your skin is going to look so much better as well. So the digestive and liver as well. So, in
I
general,
suggest like a colon cleanse, like start with a colon cleanse, because
cleansing is detoxing is
that's
great. Yeah.
what I that's what I'm gonna do next. Um, and I know that just everything, once that
Yes.
colon's clean, I can soak nutrients, everything will be better, look better.
Absolutely.
But
Absolutely.
I'm s- I'm supposed to talk to my friend Cardina because I
Hmm.
don't remember how to do the colon cleanse properly.
Oh yeah.
I know I have these colon cleanse like pill things,
Mm.
but there's a way to do this, and I totally
Yeah.
forgot what that
Yeah.
was.
Yeah, I definitely
I'll let you
suggest
know.
not doing it just like this on your own. Yeah, it's good to do it under
No,
guidance.
no.
And
Yeah.
what works really well is colonics also, right? Like that's a professional treatment
I
to do that.
heard that's like not as good, but it
Depending
still works.
on why and what you're doing it, right?
And
You wouldn't want to
what
do it all
it's
the time.
and how bad you are, like
Yeah,
how like bad someone is. For me, I just need a colon cleanse.
exactly. So it depends on
But for
the
someone else who does not have a healthy lifestyle, maybe start with a
exactly.
colonic and
Yeah.
then
Yeah.
go with a colon
Yeah.
cleanse. I was
Yeah.
going to ask you a question
Mhm.
about collagen.
Mhm.
So, does collagen, if we apply it to the face, does that do anything?
Not
No.
much. No.
If we ingest it and take collagen, would that do something for us?
It's been a lot of conversation about it. Some people really love it, and a lot of professionals are saying, kind of not really. Taking collagen internally, it seems like it benefits more to joints, but not as much to the
Not the
skin.
face.
For the
Yeah. Okay.
skin, I would suggest to have very healthy liver, regenerate the liver, and healthy digestive system, and take care of it by also making sure you have enough omega. Because you know how you've noticed skin's thinned out?
Mm-hmm.
We have what's called fat pads underneath the skin, right underneath the skin. That what makes our skin plump. You know how younger, teenagers have such a plump skin, right? In your 20s, it's so plump,
Oh, you're so soft. Yeah.
right? Right? So that because our fat pads are just in place and in full bloom, let's say, right? So with age
Yeah.
they thin out and they kind of everything droops a little bit, right? So that's why there's hollow kind of under the eyes starting. So we want to support that internally. That is very, very important. So I like plant based, a lot of it for the skin. It seems like it works really well. Like for example, sea buckthorn oil
Mm-hmm.
internally, excellent for the skin. Evening primrose oil internally,
Okay.
vitamin E internally. So there's some supplements that combine all of that. So that help to support those fat pads. Because if
Oh,
you have the
I'm
fat
not
pads, the
just
skin
taking
is not going
those.
to be so paper thin and wrinkly. That's what you want to
Yeah, I
make
was
sure.
taking Primrose a while when I first started my perimenopause.
It's great for
So,
hormonal balance. Yeah, yeah.
okay.
So
So, yeah, I
combination
think
of
I'm gonna give
those,
that.
that's what we usually suggest the
Okay.
clients to have to support the skin internally. And of course your diet, right? Your wild
Yeah.
salmon, right? Your antioxidants, berries are excellent for the skin, like blueberries, blackberries, um, those excellent. And of course, dark
Raspberries,
leafy
yeah.
greens, all of those are great for the skin. So you want to support it with good lifestyle, of course, with good diet. And of course, alcohol and sugar, that's gonna negate
I stopped
so
eating
many things.
sugar,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
I like
great.
slipped.
I saw you.
I ate a little and then I'm like, I'm done. So I haven't eaten any
Yeah,
for a while
yeah.
now. Yeah,
So
but
that is gonna
sugar, man.
create such a good result for you. You know, if you add all the other aspects that we were talking about and no sugar that's sabotaging everything, it's gonna,
Yeah.
you're gonna start seeing results little by little with all
Good.
of
So
that.
I'm on the right
Absolutely.
path. I just needed your push.
You are, you are. If you can give yourself a gift and get maybe a professional treatment or two to give yourself a boost, that would be also really nice.
Yeah, well,
You
too
know?
bad I can't fly to California and you can do it for me.
I'm sure in England there's so many good estheticians. Oh my gosh, that can create this beautiful results for you. You know.
What do you think of castor oil?
Oh
On
gosh, everyone's talking about castor oil, applying it everywhere. As a esthetician, I kind of draw a line, on right here. I don't put a castor oil. It's very comedogenic. It's clogs the pores so much. If you would
Okay.
put the castor on your face, maybe for massaging or something, please remove it. It's very comedogenic. You have to remove it. Okay, yeah.
How about like to grow hair, like the
Yeah, that's different.
eyelashes?
Yes, yes.
Is that okay? Because I also put it on my hairline.
Yeah, yeah,
Like, oh, what happened to my
yeah. A little
nice,
hairline.
beautiful, luscious hair?
Yeah, yeah. No, no, no. That's good. That's been used for ages. Castor oil.
Okay.
Even when I was growing up, I remember we
Yeah.
had on the lashes and eyebrows. We were using it. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah. Oh, yeah, the eyebrows. Yeah,
yeah.
that's right.
Who needs? If you need, you can do that. So yeah.
Okay, so all of that, what you just, the whole conversation, so the wrinkles, like
Hmm.
these fine lines, would they diminish as I'm doing all the
Yeah.
skincare? I'm taking those supplements, like you said E, what was the vitamin E?
Vitamin E in combination with sea buckthorn oil
Sea
and
buckthorn
evening
oil
primrose oil.
and rose oil.
Evening primrose. Yeah.
Primrose, evening
Hmm.
primrose, okay.
Yeah.
And do you take it those all at once or like throughout the day?
You mean the supplements? Well, it depends. So, for
Hmm.
example, what I give to my clients, we have it all in one, supplement
Oh,
bottle. You know what I
okay.
mean? To
So it's
see
just
what's out
one
there.
deal.
Yeah, where you have, you know what I mean? But why not? Yeah, I think you can take it probably, morning and night, all of
Okay.
them at the same time. Those fine lines, the texture that you don't like, will start changing, especially with use of retinaldehyde, that vitamin A. Retinol.
Okay.
If you can't find retinaldehyde, then retinol. But if you're using retinol, make sure you're protecting your skin from the sun. I mean, even though in England there's not much sun, but if you're
Today there
using
was.
if you're using retinol or retinol, you do have to protect, because you don't
Okay.
want to create other problems with the
And
usage.
I'm wondering, would you be, I mean, I don't know what products that you recommend from your practice, but would you be able to like send a link of all the products that you have that people can purchase from you?
Oh yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, of course.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because
yeah.
I'm gonna post that.
Yeah, definitely.
Definitely post that.
And I am always available for
And
consultations. If it's a virtual
and
consultation, just let
you
me.
do video consultations
Yeah,
too, right? You don't
yeah.
have to go in. So if someone here in England's like, oh, like Tina is like, oh, yeah, okay,
Tina, let me ask you something. Do you want to improve the lines on your forehead and those 11s as well?
all of it,
Yeah,
the
because
whole
you're not
face.
you're not thinking of doing Botox and stuff, right? As I understand, you're looking for
No,
doing it. Okay, so what I use, and I think it's works pretty good. Besides, massaging the face and stuff, um, there's a product called Frownies, like
hmm
brownies, and I can think,
brownies.
yeah.
Yeah.
So they're like a little stickers. So basically, you apply it
Oh
overnight
yeah.
to
Yeah,
your
my
forehead.
friend Amanda has those. She said And she put, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, we kind of
okay.
look silly with night with them, but you know,
But we're at night, we're in our own beds. Who
yeah,
cares?
you
We're in our
know,
own
who
homes. It's not
cares?
like we're
Exactly.
out dancing at night.
Whatever, at this point, I'm like, if I can stay away from Botox, I'll do anything. So
Yeah, right?
it seems to me that they work. You just have to be consistent and you need to apply it correctly and don't apply oil, of course, a lot of oil on your
Okay.
forehead because it's not going to stick then. Or if you apply it, then you got to let it sit for a while and until the skin absorbs it. And then when you feel like it's pretty much, like not so oily, then you can
Yeah.
apply those. So I think if you do them, they'll help you. They'll soften those lines because it kind of acts like a natural Botox. It holds those muscles, in the relaxed state. So while you're sleeping, you don't make any of those expressions. Just relaxes the muscle, relaxes. Then of course during the day we start making all of those different expressions, then
Mm.
to at the end, it becomes worse, but at least it's not going to get deeper, it helps us to improve and
Yeah,
prevent.
that's right.
And also another thing is for those who really want to invest in their skincare at home, like time wise, you can learn to do little facial exercises or facial massages. There's nowadays though that facial yoga, or facial massages.
Does that actually work
Yeah,
though?
yeah, if you
Does
do
it?
it correctly, of course, because it's the same thing like you go and you exercise your muscles at the gym, you're doing certain
Mm-hmm.
movements and you got to do them correctly. If you do the facial exercises, definitely, but it's just tedious and you need to really learn how to do them correctly, otherwise you're gonna get more wrinkles. That's a big one.
Yeah, and I'm noticing in the cold weather out here, I wrinkle. My face is
Yeah.
like, it's like,
Yeah.
oh no.
You need facial oil, honestly. You need to
Yeah, I really
protect,
need facial
protect,
oil.
protect your skin. Please get a good quality facial oil and use, liberally face and neck all throughout those cold months. Because
Yeah.
otherwise, you need protection. Your skin is facing environment. Like you putting warm clothes on your body, right? You're protecting it, but our face is facing, all the time.
Yeah, and my neck too. It's
Face and neck.
like
Always. Extend it to your neck
all of
and
it too.
décolleté if you can.
Okay.
Your
Okay,
skincare
so
should be
all
all the way down to your boobs, including them if you
Yeah, it
can.
should be.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah,
for
yeah,
sure.
definitely. So, and doing it with love and with the
Always
good,
with love.
right?
Always with
Yeah,
love.
you're buying those
Yes, because
products
that's what it's
because
about.
you want to keep your skin beautiful, not because
Yeah.
your skin is awful, right? Like it's okay. We know what we need to improve, but we don't
Hmm.
fixate on it anymore, right? I
Mm.
even tell
Yeah.
women, especially at the beginning of their journey when they just starting their skincare protocol or treatments, so don't look at your mirror, the 10x, so close. With each and every
Yeah.
little spot and wrinkle, it's gonna create only negativity. Why right now?
That's true.
Don't. It's okay. Just apply it. If you have to do quick, just do quick, and that's it. And
Yeah.
catch yourself every time you think a negative thought about yourself. Just stop.
Yeah.
Tell yourself stop.
I think it's so important to
Yeah,
observe what we think,
yeah.
even
Reframe,
what we're thinking.
reframe
Yeah,
all the
reframe
time.
always.
Yeah. So
That's right.
that's imperative. Again, as I say, you can use all this stuff and all the correct products, but if it's done with the attitude and the energy and emotional mindset that's not conducive to the healing and improving, it's just not going to be as great. And that's
Yeah,
you learn out of beauty, harmony, and balance. That's so important.
I agree. Lovely. Thank you.
Yeah, of course, of course.
All right. I don't have any more
All
questions.
right.
You've answered them all.
Wonderful. Well, I'm so
Yeah.
glad. I hope I didn't overwhelm you with all the information.
No, I'm just going to transcribe it and all the stuff you said. I'm like, okay,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah,
And then if you can send me that link to all your
yeah,
products.
definitely. And if you have any
Yeah.
questions, you can always reach out. I love talking about it.
Okay.
And let me know what your skin affirmation is gonna be. Are you gonna put it?
I'm going to say firm and radiant.
Yes, I love that. I love that.
And
you
Could
know,
I say wrinkle free?
no, you can't say it because you cannot use the negative word in your affirmation.
Okay.
It has
Okay,
to,
okay.
right? Like,
Radiant and
yeah,
firm. There we
it's like
go.
a goal.
Yeah.
Like, what is your goal, right? When we,
Well, yeah. My goal is to get rid of the sag, so it's firm.
yeah,
My goal
yeah.
is to be firm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And it's again, it's not gonna be like you're gonna get rid of it completely, right? You're gonna get rid of
No,
it
I
if you go
just
under the
diminish it
yeah,
as much as
yeah. You
possible.
want your
That's right.
skin to look so you can enjoy looking at it. So you can be satisfied. So it's gonna be healthy and useful and glowing. That that it looks, so you're happy with it. And then you put a little makeup on and you're good. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
That's what we
yeah,
want,
exactly.
right? We want it
Yeah, that's what we want.
healthy
That's
and
right.
beautiful. And actually, that's like one little last piece, like little bonus that I can leave you with. Once you start on that, and once you have your skin affirmation, then before you fall asleep and the first minutes of waking up, why don't you do a little bit of visualization of that? That's another thing.
Oh,
How would
yeah.
it look and feel to you if your skin is firm and radiant, for example? So,
You know that works,
right?
right?
Of course.
It works
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
much.
Yeah.
It just definitely works.
Yeah.
And I think too, when we are talking to ourselves a lot more positive and healthy,
Yeah.
I'm going to say healthy. When we speak to ourselves in a
Yeah.
healthy manner, our vibration goes up and things just happen.
Of
Like
course.
great stuff happens. Like I lost all this weight, that happened. Like all this great things, great people come into your life when you're radiant and you're vibrating.
Yeah.
It's really there's a lot to be said for that. You can manifest anything, to
Of
be
course.
honest.
Of course. And that's the same thing. You raise the vibration of that product when you have the right uh, thoughts
Your
once you're
physical
applying it.
body
Yeah.
will vibrate with you. It
Yeah.
will
Yeah.
like transform.
Yeah. Yeah. It's all about that at the core, right? But for us, actually elevating, our inner being, right? Connecting with
That's
this,
so
right?
true.
And then everything else will fall in place as well. All right.
Amazing.
Uh,
Thank you so
so
much.
great connecting with
So
you.
awesome. Always awesome connecting with you.
Thank you so much.
I'm gonna stop this thing. Stop.